This podcast was edited and uploaded by Uncle Geeb Productions. Hey guys, welcome everyone to the Drip Geeb Podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is host Drip Media Gaming. We record this podcast live on Twitch every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you can find a podcast. You can also watch our video podcast over on youtube.com/DripGeeb or over on Spotify. New video podcast being uploaded there soon. Probably this episode. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button on YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe and download our podcast every week on your podcast app of choice. This week, we have a lice? We don't got lice. We have a nice little set list to go in here. Of course, we have our beer of the week. We will get to that coming up soon. We have the Steam Deck. Steam Deck has been delayed. There's some news on that. Twitch on Switch, everyone. Twitch on Switch. That's cool. That's new. We'll talk about that. We got YouTube hiding dislikes. That's an interesting conversation. We have a famous YouTuber on the podcast. No big deal. He'll give you a nice little chat about that. And finally, we have the Nintendo list. Nintendo just put a list of a bunch of games coming out this year and next year, and we'll talk about that. And maybe we'll talk about some omissions of that list, or can we just not read? Who knows? Anyway, Drip, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. We just can't read, by the way. That's what it is. Shh. I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic, man. We did this podcast last week at this time, right?
As always.
I have had a massive week since then. Massive.
Really?
Dude, massive. First, I'm going to come back around to this, but after the podcast, I always stream on Thursday nights after the podcast.
Yes.
I played a little bit of 64 online, or not online. I'm sorry. I played Ocarina of Time, Zelda. And then I realized, why am I streaming this right now? All I have to do is pay like $30 for the early access, and I can play Forza Horizon 5 at midnight. So I stopped streaming, paid the money, set my wheel up, and played Forza at midnight. So that was great. We'll come back to that. I want to talk about that. We're definitely talking about that.
Okay.
But on Sunday, after a full regular season,
all right,
all the way through the playoffs, my man, Kyle Larson.
Tony Stewart.
Won. Oh. My man, no. Kyle Larson won the cup, baby.
He won the cup, huh?
He won the cup. He did it. It was not looking good in the beginning of the race. A last-second crash put him into the pits. He went into the pits fourth, and his pit crew got him out. It was the second fastest pit stop of the entire year. They got him out first. He held the lead for 3 laps, and the rest was history, man. It was great. I'm not going to lie. I shed a tear. I was very, very happy.
Are you sure you just shed a tear or a little bit
I was holding it back because I had like friends over and stuff, and I didn't want to look like a total idiot. So, if no one would have been at my house, I would have been screaming and crying like a baby. I was very excited. I was very, very excited.
I bet you were, man. I mean, the last actually, I always said the last championships. Oh, wait. Last championship I've experienced sports-wise in my life was 2018. The Eagles won the Super Bowl that year, just FYI. Did you know the Eagles are the Super Bowl champs? They'll always be the Super Bowl champs. But anyway, they won the Super Bowl. They beat the devil, your Lord and Savior, Tom Brady. He lost that year, and the Eagles did not lose, and that was fun.
I don't get to celebrate championships all that much. Saints fan. They won a Super Bowl, but man, that was a long time ago. God, that was like 11 years ago, wasn't it?
Really? No way.
Dude, I didn't have... Man, no. Did I have kids? I didn't have kids.
It feels so recent. I mean, they've been in the playoffs a lot, like since then, for sure.
Yeah. They've been relevant, but it's been a while. Maybe my daughter was very young, and she was like, maybe... Because I went to watch the Super Bowl out, but I didn't feel like we had to like get a baby. I can't remember.
Yeah. It's been... I think it's more recent than 2010... Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you.
Oh, my God. We're already in 2021. 10 years ago is not that long ago.
At some point from then till now,
it was this moment when Geeb realized how old he was. Tony Stewart did
win a championship. Yeah, Tony Stewart did win a championship between that time. So,
oh, my God. I'm about to have my 10-year high school reunion. Like, fuck.
Oh, man, mine was... That was a long time. My 10-year high school?
Yeah. Well,
that was a long time ago.
Listen, you're old. I'm young.
I didn't go.
I'm not going to... Are you kidding me? I live 800 miles away. I'm not going to that.
I feel like that's pretty much just the way it is. So then what else happened? I've had a big week, man. Started working with a new weed. I mean, I guess they're like a weed company. I don't know.
Yeah.
Doing photography, things like that.
We should have had the pictures ready to post up to show on the stream.
Oh yeah,
here.
yeah.
Dude,
So that's
we'll get those to you guys. Maybe in Discord. Get in Discord. Drip's gonna show you.
yeah. I
whatever
threw a
pictures
few of
you
them
want.
in there when I was just messing around.
Dude, can I just say something?
But
Let me just say something because you won't. Drip is an artist. They're so good. Like, guys.
they're guy. Listen, yeah.
I'm a fan.
I mean, you have to.
I'm a fan of your YouTube, obviously. I'm a fan of your podcast.
I appreciate it.
I'm a fan of your podcast. I heard your podcast is pretty cool. But your photography, I am a bigger fan of all that. Guys, go in the Discord. Look at them. They're so good, these photos.
Thanks, dude. I mean, I appreciate it, but it's my job. It's what I'm supposed to do.
I don't give a flying shit about weed. But dude,
I don't either.
But
I could not care less.
Those
but,
pictures
when you're
are
being paid to take pictures of it, I care a little bit more about it at that point.
Yeah.
The little things that they gave, that's cool because that's gonna I'm gonna be working for them going forward.
Yeah.
I had a conversation from last night about doing so that was great. I've been working all week on that. That's why I haven't got a video out. I've been trying to get those to them.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of a little set. So I just kind of did it quick. We got it done. Got that going. I did record a video today though. It's kind of like a Christmas. It's probably gonna be like Saturday.
Very
I haven't
nice,
recorded
very
any of the B-roll. It'll probably be Saturday. But it's it's one of those Christmas videos, accessories, gifts, things like that. Nice big list of stuff. And some wild card stuff on there too, not just the normal controller, this and that.
Thanks everyone for listening to this episode of Drip Geeb Podcast. We will catch you guys next week because it's not Christmas time. See ya.
It is Christmas. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas, Geeb.
You've been canceled.
And to all of you out there listening, Merry Christmas.
Canceled.
Anyway, people buy Christmas gifts around this time. Black Friday's coming up. These videos have to be made. This is the time. Right. Next week will be my Black Friday.
Christmas gift buying thing. It's not a Christmas video.
Christmas season.
It's not Christmas season.
I will have a Santa hat on in the thumbnail. So
in what thumbnail? Oh, in your... Yeah, so guys, don't go to youtube.com/DripMediaGaming because that channel has been canceled.
It has not.
I'm starting a petition on Twitter.
Whatever.
Speaking of Twitter, by the way, guys, real quick, we have a new Drip
You're not
Geeb
Uncle
Twitter.
Geeb. You're Uncle Scrooge.
Sure. Let me plug our Twitter real fast that I made today. Guys, go follow our Twitter. I know our @ handle is Drip Geeb. I know that much. So just search the Drip and Geeb Podcast and Twitter. Follow us.
There you go.
But is that what you got going on? Is anything else special?
Forza Horizon 5.
That's what you're playing. I mean,
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go to the beer of the week, and while we enjoy our beers, we can talk about that.
Yeah, don't ask Geeb what's going on in his life. So anyway, the beer of the week.
Beer of the week. I'm still talking about what's going on. I've had a big week. Forza Horizon has been a big part of that week.
I bet.
We'll come back to it. Before we do our beers, go ahead.
Yeah,
that's fine.
About who I'm going. Yeah, I have nothing going on. That was a joke.
Oh,
so it's what you call joke and sarcasm. Although it would be nice to ask, hey, how are you doing? We just talked about me for 5 minutes. How are you doing? No, okay.
Moving. Well, when you said that, I thought you really had something to say. I was like, okay.
Well, I mean, I've been playing games actually. Like my week has been other things.
Animal Crossing.
But like Animal Crossing has been my week. I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing.
So this was it. This is funny because we talked about this several times. Like, what's it going to take?
On this very podcast.
What's it going to take? Yeah. What's it going to take to get you back in? And here you are.
I'm back.
You're in. Everybody is, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody is.
There's more things to do. That's what I wanted. I also wanted quality of life updates, which I think maybe next week we'll get in. Actually, not next week. Next week, I don't know. We'll talk about an upcoming podcast about some quality of life things that they've updated that they didn't actually tell us. There's like a Nintendo Life posted a video. There's some quality of life things that actually they have updated the game with and didn't really say much about. So it's not just squeezing in the tight corners. There's other quality of life things that they tweaked in there that they did not tell us about. So that
there's a lot of
that's
stuff
not on this
that
episode.
Tell us about.
I
feel like the whole trailer was just like the briefest overview of what's actually in the update.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Man.
I think the intention, and this is not going to be an Animal Crossing podcast, but the intention of the update or of that, was just to get the gist off, and they want you to experience the game. They want you to find out on your own. They don't want to just tell you everything.
Which is great.
And I appreciate that.
So anyway, we'll definitely get into that at some point.
Beer of the week time. Do you want to start, sir?
I have nothing special. The beer of the week is an oldie but a goodie. The classic
the classic
Busch Light Not just any Busch Light. This is the 16-ounce tall Busch Light.
Oh, very fancy. Got some Busch emotes in the chat. Very nice.
Extra ounces for this Busch Light.
Let me try to record.
Let's taste it. Oh, it's good. You can tell.
Busch.
The extra ounces in there really brings out the true flavor.
What notes are you getting?
Really, just notes of the mountains, man. Just the mountains, really. You know,
the Rocky Mountains.
I mean, just mountains, dude.
It's the West Virginia mountains, clearly. But Busch should just, if they don't already distribute from West Virginia, they should now.
Fun fact about West Virginia: it is known as the Mountain State.
Yes,
correct. Guess what? There's not one single mountain in this entire state. There's not one. There's nothing considered a mountain as far as elevation is concerned. Nothing. There's no high enough peak to even be considered a mountain in this state.
That's interesting because visiting that state, I would have said there's a bunch of mountains. It's because it's all mountains.
Those are all hills.
It's
technically by elevation. Yeah. None of them are mountains.
I would say the state is very mountainous in that sense of, if that's even a word, because it's all this, but it's very high and it doesn't. It gets
rolling hills. Rolling hills.
Yeah, but it's big. I was telling Abby, if we ever for some reason moved to West Virginia, we would have to sell her car, the car that we drove to, you saw at your house. We'd have to sell that car. It can't handle my pedal was on the ground of the car, the floor of the car. I could not get up the hill. We're going 35. I couldn't get on the highway.
Honestly, yeah, that's the thing, man. Where you guys are at, it's flat.
It's completely flat. Yeah,
there's snow everywhere, especially in the winter. But it's flat.
Yeah.
The problem is here in the winter, there's snow everywhere, but you're trying to go up hills. So if you don't have 4-wheel drive, you're pretty much. You're not really going anywhere.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Subarus. Trucks. That's kind of what you do here. That's
the funny thing, dude. The funny thing about Illinois, it's flat, right? But everyone here, there are some sedans. I'm not gonna say everyone has a 4-wheel car, but everyone kind of does. It feels like it. Everyone has an SUV, and people in the rain and even when it's a little bit of snow, they drive really cautious, incredibly cautious. And it's listen, I'm all about being cautious. I'm not trying to get anybody hurt here, but come on, guys. We don't need to go that slow on a highway, and even when it's not raining, they drive cautious. It's always, even if it's not raining, it's dry as a bone. It's always cautious driving. I've never seen a speed limit in my life in this state.
I've been told I drive like a grandpa, so
yeah, come to Illinois, you'd be a speed racer. That's what I feel like.
Oh man. Yeah, okay. Well, that sounds fun.
Anyway, my Jeep rant's over. I am drinking, again, an oldie but a goodie, because it's still in my fridge, and I'm not buying more beer until I finish all this beer from previous episodes of this podcast. The Elisan, that's how you say it, Space Dust IPA. Very delicious.
Oh, yeah,
beer.
that's that wild, 10% alcohol?
No, not at all. I think it's normal. Oh, 8.2. It's a little high.
It's pretty high. It's pretty high.
Compared to what I had last week, remember the Sour Monkey?
Yes, that's 9.5?
It's something like that. I think it's 9.5.
I saw that down at the store the other day and almost got some, and I was like, you know what? That's not a good idea.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Just not.
It's so good, man. I've been drinking those off stream. But the Space Dust, it's got that little bitter bite with the IPA. It's kind of dry-ish because of all the bitter, all the hops. But it doesn't lack in delicious category. It's very good. Do recommend. Okay, so first up, we were going to talk about the Steam Deck. I feel like we should get right into Forza, though.
Yes, listen, Forza Horizon 5 is amazing. It's so good. Oh, my God. Listen, not only does it look oh, my God, it looks incredible, dude. It looks so good. As far as, next-gen games go, this is it, man. Wow. It's crazy, and it's a racing game. Racing games always look good. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to make a racing game look bad. There's racing games that look good on the Switch.
Right.
What's the one
Grid?
that I was playing for a while? Grid. Yep. Grid Autosports looks amazing on the Switch. It looks so good.
It does.
Not like that. Oh my God, it's so nuts, man. The draw distances, just everything you see, it's absolutely insane. And they've added so much to it. So the biggest thing that I thought was really really cool in 4, it's open world like this one is, but there was one central Horizon location in the middle, where the festival was, right?
Yeah.
In this one, instead of being that, you open up these different Horizon sub festivals, but they're all based on different like driving techniques, right?
Okay.
So you have one, you go into one, it's like all the dirt stuff, and then you go in this other one, it's all like the the street. It's oh man, it's just so cool. It's so cool. I will be streaming that after this. Hopefully, Hero. Joe, I think Joe said he's gonna hop in.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
Hero will probably play. Anybody else who has the game who's listening right now live, if you want to play, feel free to hop in because we can have 12. That's the thing. You can have 12 people at once in your group.
Awesome. That's competing with Mario Kart. That's what Mario Kart does.
Yeah, but it's open world. You just drive around together. Dude, it's
open
really
world. I didn't
cool,
realize that, man.
Yes, it's completely open world. Like you go find spots to race. Once you get to the race, then it kind of like puts you in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you're on that course. But if you're not in there, it's completely open world. You can do whatever you want.
That's awesome, man.
And what's cool about it is, and the other one did this too, but you are constantly rewarded for something. You're always filling up a meter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's for little stupid things like, oh, you hit a bush. Like, 100 points. Like
bush.
Oh, you almost hit that car. It was a close call. Here's 1,000 points for that. That was badass. Oh, you did this tiny little drift. It wasn't that long, but hey,
you did
50
one.
points. Why not? Take it. So you're always filling stuff up, and they give you these spins, and you can win cars. You can win, stuff for your guy, shirts. It's so good, man. There's some dialogue in this one, though. It's kind of got like this it's got like this, it's a story, but it's not.
Okay.
It's like dialogue between you and somebody else, but it's not like an actual story. You know what I mean? It's like history about a certain car or like something you're going to find, like a special barn find or something about the barn and the guy who had the car, just little interesting tidbits. It's not overdone. It's really good, man. It's really good. I'm so happy with this game. I mean, I've been looking forward to this one, and I am not disappointed whatsoever.
That's awesome, dude, because, I was lurking in your stream when you were streaming it, and we were, like I was telling you earlier, we were actually playing some video games in the Discord. It was a few of us, but, Bagoof was there for a minute.
No wonder my chat has been so quiet. You guys just lurk and then go play games together.
Listen, we were having fun, okay? We were playing some Kart 64, actually, which was a freaking blast, man. But
you know what you could have said? You could have said, hey, we're all playing this. Why don't you switch to that and play with us?
Listen, because we were there first, and then you started Twitch. You started your stream after we were already playing.
You were. That's cool, man. It's cool. It's fine. It's fine.
Messaged you.
I don't want to play with you guys anyway. That's fine.
I don't want to play. Messaged you in Discord.
No, I don't even want to play.
Did you want to play with us? All you guys are invited, and anyone else, come play with us. You were messaged. You were pinged, sir. You never.
Was I?
Yes, you were never responded, and then you went live.
I don't believe you. These are
You don't
lies.
have to. You don't have to. What I'm going to say is I was lurking, and I was telling the guys in the chat live, yo, guys, look at Drip stream. That game is absolutely amazing. It is. My jaw dropped like Hari for like 5 minutes straight. I'm like, that game is gorgeous. Like that is next gen. It looks so realistic. And in fact, if I'm not mistaken, they take some of these landscape panoramas and things. It's real. It's real. It's actually
real.
It's not video game. It's but they integrate it so well that it.
Yeah, they sat out in the damn desert for whoever knows how long and took actual photos of this stuff to bring in to use as assets in the game.
Yeah,
it's insane, dude.
It's absolutely spectacular. If you're looking for a realistic racing simulator in 2021 right now,
and no, it's not a racing simulator.
Well, okay,
this is no sim.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to say racing simulator.
This is the spin-off from the sim.
I don't mean to say racing simulator, but what I mean to say by saying that,
racing.
realistic looking racing game. That's what I mean to say.
Really, really good about this game too. Honestly, the lighting dude, it's incredible. It's just incredible. It's outrageous how good this game looks. Like it looks too good. It's unreal. It's so unreal because it's so real.
You know what you had me doing today? Unintentionally, you had me looking for a Xbox Series S, and I found one.
Dude. Yeah,
and I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it.
They're at my Walmart right now.
Yeah. I could have shipped one to me. I could ship one to me.
No, they're at my Walmart. They're just the Series S now. It's just there.
I do have a 4K TV back there.
Yo, I haven't even talked about this yet. I did get this today too.
Oh, speaking of Forza.
Yeah, the Forza.
Can we get a physical zoom by you there? Just throw it up close.
Well, I'm trying to keep it in the light. There we go.
That thing.
Dude, it's so sick.
I said this to you earlier. Let me say it real fast. Why did Xbox make a better Splatoon controller than Switch did? It looks like Splatoon.
For real,
man.
yeah, it does.
It looks great. It's transparent.
Dude, so I see this box. I'm at Walmart getting. You know what I'm getting? You know what I went to Walmart for?
What'd you get? Oh, he's going to get more things. More things are being got.
Oh no, they were here. Where'd they go?
You lost them.
That's not good. I need those.
Hurry up and find them.
Hold on.
Just sit back. And
I lost them. Anyway, I went to Walmart to get Velcro strips, right? So I could get all these cables back here. Managed, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But it was one long strip. It's like cut it as you need it, right?
Right.
It was like $6. It's like 12 feet of it. It's like $6. That's what I went there for. But I always end up going over and just going to see what's there. And there were 2 of those in there because I tried to pre-order it last week and I waited too long and they were sold out.
That must have
was
felt
up
so
forever.
good.
It was on everywhere for such a long time. I was like,
Yeah.
these are going to be easy to get.
Yeah.
Which it was, but they sold out and I was like, dang, I'm not going to get one now. I'm not going to get one. And I saw 2 of them there. I was like, oh yeah, definitely buying that. And it was $10 cheaper because it was at Walmart.
Walmart, man. That's where I'm going next Friday to pick up Pokemon because I'm probably going to save $20 on the double pack. They're selling a double pack, right? Like it's going to be in like one cartridge, or how's that going to work? Do I have to buy 2 games separately?
No. It'll probably be a double pack, but you will probably get 2 cartridges in the double book.
Should be the same price, right? And if they're going to do the whole 1 case, 2 cartridges, I might as well just for the same price buy the 2 individual cases.
I don't know.
Yeah, I imagine they're going to be $50 in Walmart each, which is $100.
I'm going to guess that information's out there though.
We're not talking about Pokemon this week, but yeah, that's an interesting question. I'm sure that information might be out there.
I'm sure it is.
But yeah, that controller looks sick. Forza looks absolutely fantastic. Like,
dude, I'm telling you,
you almost had me buying an Xbox because
listen, I'm telling you,
just
like, not even
game.
just the way it looks. Like everything about 4 that I loved is all here. Plus, there's just more now. Like all the stuff that they kept adding to Forza Horizon 4, they've just made it's in this. There's more stuff. Like I said, the way that they've got you opening up these other little it's just good, man. Yeah. It's so good. It's so good. I'm going to be playing this game. This is going to be my new Animal Crossing, the game I just always am playing. This is it.
Really? You're still going to play games though, right? I mean, like on the Switch, right?
Yeah. Obviously, yeah. I'm just saying, like, when I'm like, I'm going to play something, it's no longer, I'll just get on Animal Crossing. It might be, but this is going to be like.
But you're the kind of gamer, you've said it yourself, that's why you play Switch, because you need that flexibility, which Xbox doesn't deliver.
This is different. This doesn't matter. I will sit down here and do this. I will say this before we move on. I moved away from my wheel to the controller the other night. I think I need to go into the settings and like tweak some stuff with the wheel because I'm telling you, like with the controller, I'm fine. But the wheel, you get out of shape even the slightest bit and you're spinning. Like you can't even control it. Something's up. I got to figure that out. But
yeah, it could just be the controls easier to control. I mean, that could be it.
I don't know.
But what we do know is that the Steam Deck has been delayed by 2 months. So what, December this year, 2021?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I didn't pre-order one anyway, so it doesn't really affect me. I wanted to.
Me either.
Thought about it. Looks cool. I'd like to have one. So everybody's waiting 2 more months.
Yeah.
I mean,
honestly, I kind of want you guys to let us know what you think. Honestly, in our newfangled Twitter, why don't you guys go let us know on Twitter, and like if you pre-ordered one, which I'm guessing some of you might have. If you got your hands on one on a pre-order at least, how do you feel about this? Like, are you feeling worried that 2 months? What's the issue here? Is it going to be delayed 2 more months? Is it going to be delayed indefinitely? Like, because I feel like I'm getting the feeling that based off some reports I've seen about how difficult this thing is to put together, if you look at the insides of this thing, everything's jammed in there.
I didn't really look into that much. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
I was watching a video like I do on YouTube quite frequently, and they opened the thing up, and it is absolutely jam-packed in there. If you look at a Switch teardown, it looks like it kind of should. It looks like a normal piece of, if I open up something, that's what it looks like. If you open up like a mobile phone, phones are jam-packed, right? But they're also they're also not gaming machines. They don't really need airflow. They need some, but not a lot. It's mostly passive, just heating, just kind of radiating.
So what do we think the problem is here?
I don't know.
They said it's supply chain issues.
Of course they're going to.
That's what they say.
Number one, of course they're going to say that. Even if it's true or not, that's exactly what they're going to say. Because it's so easy right now. COVID is still the effects of COVID are still happening.
For anything at this point, yeah.
Yeah, it's still the effects are still are affecting us, especially in computers and tech and stuff. Like,
excuse me, sir, how come you were 2 hours late for work today? Supply chain issues, man. I mean, I don't know. Why? Hey, excuse me, sir. Do you know why I stopped you? You were going 120 and a 70. Hey,
supply chain issues, man. Yeah,
I don't know. What to tell you?
Listen. I got no time for you, man. I got the supply. Have you heard the news? It's supply chain issues.
We gotta go. We have to go.
You missed your deadline, dude. I don't got an RTX 30 whatever 87, man.
Supply chain issues.
I can't get my TPS reports on time. It can't happen.
Exactly.
It can't happen. Anyway, so obviously supply chain issues are a big factor. I'm just curious that looking at the teardown of this thing, airflow is going to be a problem. It's going to overheat if you don't take care of the thing.
To see a teardown,
like it is absolute. Like it looks like everything is so close together. Like every part. Look at the switch. It's very. It's.
I know what the switch looks like.
It looks like it should. You open up this thing. It looks like they just had to smash it all down together. It's heavy, right? This is a very heavy system for what we understand. It's because it's jam-packed with stuff. Tons of tech in there. It's going to be an awesome product. But geez, it looks like it's going to have problems with performance simply because of no airflow in there. Like, how is that thing going to run? It's supposed to run way better than the Switch. Well, I have questions about that. And I have questions these issues could it be because of design issues? Like, are they having a problem in testing right now? Like, I don't know. It's a thought, right? It's a thought. What are you looking at? You looking in Twitch chat?
No, I just Googled a teardown of this thing.
Okay. But yeah, so what do you think, Drip?
Where is the I see this little copper chamber there, which I'm guessing is moving air to somewhere.
The copper chamber, I don't think it moves air. The copper chamber moves water vapor. Inside the copper.
Inside of there?
Yeah. I could be mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you might be wrong on that.
But I'm almost positive the copper chambers, if you cut that thing, which Jerry Rig Everything on his YouTube, he always does, inside those things is water vapor. And that water vapor cools down and heats up, and it brings the pipe. And the pipe brings, it's not air inside that pipe because it's thin. It's not like it's not an inch circular like that. It's a flat pipe.
Yeah, I got it.
It's flat with water vapor.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah. So I'm curious.
You got to think about like you're talking about, the Switch is one thing, but this thing is playing, you're running
modern games.
You're running serious stuff on this. This isn't, this ain't Mario Kart you're running. You're playing Red Dead Redemption 2 on there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's still 720p, probably 30 FPS, but that is a very, very intensive game. My computer, which I'm streaming on right now, recording this podcast, cannot play modern games. Jedi: The Fallen Order is the best game I can do, and that was like a 2 or 3 year old game, and it runs at like 20 frames per second on my computer at like the lowest settings. Like that's my computer, my desktop.
If I'm not streaming, I can run it at its highest settings on this computer.
Yeah, we know what happens when you
totally
stream
fine.
it.
But once you start streaming,
yeah,
that's done. None of that. But yeah, dude. Wow, your computer sucks.
My computer is probably almost as good performance-wise as that Steam Deck.
Alex in the Alex which corner? Okay.
Try Red Dead on the Switch 72030. It'll be set on fire. Absolutely. That's the thing.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, I was reading the Linus Tech Tips part there. I don't know. I mean, maybe it really is honestly just we don't have the damn parts. Because I mean, it's not like anybody else has the parts. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Nintendo themselves, if I'm not mistaken, like last week, was it?
They've already said it's gonna,
The OLED is the resources aren't really there for a lot of units.
It's gonna happen.
Get your OLEDs now, guys. I'll be honest. Here's a hot take from Geeb. If I'm going to spend $300 right now, I think I'd rather spend $300 on an Xbox Series S than $350 on an OLED. I do have a Switch, but honestly, so I used to be almost exclusively dock. I would say when I first got a Switch, even when I bought the Switch, I'm like, look, most of the time I'm playing on dock, and I was about an 80 to 20% dock to handheld. Nowadays, I play about 95% of my Switch on handheld.
I'm saying if I'm not streaming, dude, I'm handheld.
If I could stream handheld, I would.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm
going to go ahead and say I'm gonna go ahead and say I believe him.
I believe him too.
Probably just
I believe him too.
trying to get it done.
But
I mean, it's only 2 months.
Interesting to think about, and I do honestly to God want to know what you guys think. If you have a pre-order, what do you guys think is going on? Like, what's the vibe? What are you guys thinking? Next up on the podcast, Twitch on Switch. The Twitch on Switch.
Oh, I have funny stuff to tell you. So go ahead. You want to bring it in?
Yeah. So
this was a surprise today, right?
Yeah, today.
Or was it yesterday?
I think it was today.
Was it today? I don't know. Okay.
I don't know. What
it was earlier today.
I'm an old man.
Yeah.
So they dropped it. They just kind of shadow dropped a Twitch on Switch. Just like, boom, here it is. Here, no announcements. Just go download it. It's like a 10 megabyte download. I don't know what it actually is. It's very quick. It downloaded in like 2 seconds on my Switch at least.
Yeah, I downloaded it right before we. Yeah.
Yeah. And
took no time at all.
It's there. It's kind of like YouTube. It's there.
Now
it is
you haven't opened yours. Signed in, watched anything?
I have signed in, and I watched Bagoo for like 5 seconds and then switched my phone because I'm like, why would I ever watch on my Switch?
Yeah. There's way more reason. Way more reason why you'll just watch on your phone instead of on your Switch.
Well,
I will say this. On the OLED, it looked fine. I was like, okay, that looks better than I thought it was going to look. I started looking around, trying to figure out, okay, how do I chat? How do I chat?
Kind of important
Can't
for Twitch,
find it.
you know? Kind of important.
Can't find it. Then I went to the page you're about to go to now, and do you see that little button down there that says join the conversation?
Oh, I do.
Over on our chat. It's actually hidden behind you. Now go ahead and click that and see what it does for you there. In true Nintendo fashion, they say, it's fine. Just use your phone to chat.
I should not have hid my webcam because my jaw absolutely dropped when I saw that.
They make you use your phone to chat.
Can we get an F in the chat? And if you're listening on audio or YouTube,
let me
in the
ask
YouTube
you
comments,
something
we drop
right
an
now.
F.
Let me ask you something
go
right now.
Go on our Twitter, drop
what?
Fs.
What?
Go on our Twitter. Everyone right now, go home at home. I don't. If you're listening live, if you're listening later on the fact, I don't care when you're listening to this podcast. Right now, go on Twitter at the Drip Geeb Podcast and just type F. That's it. Nothing else. I want everyone to at us with an F. Just please.
Dude.
Just F.
What the fuck is the point? What's the point? It's like that would be like listen, that is the exact same thing as saying you can watch Twitch videos on your iPad.
Do you see what I'm doing?
But you have to use your phone.
Do you see what I'm doing?
It makes no sense.
I just deleted it from my Switch. That quick.
That's crazy though, right? Like like what the hell is the point? What's the point?
My question now is, how is it on YouTube? Can you even, not that it's nearly as important on YouTube. I know it's not as important on YouTube, but can you comment on YouTube? Or did they do the same thing?
I have no idea.
Because
I have no clue.
Listen, if you're living under a rock, live streaming on Twitch is like a big deal now. And, you know, the biggest deal about it is the interaction. People love the interaction on Twitch.
That's the whole point of live streaming is the interaction. And that's the whole point of it.
So in the interaction, how do you interact if you don't type anything to the person? You can't talk to them. And by the way, there's people in the Twitch right now putting Fs. Can we get F trending? Is that possible? I don't know. We'll find out. Hashtag Twitch on Switch F. Hashtag Twitch on Switch F.
Listen, I don't think it's going to work, but
we're going to try.
That's hilarious.
We're going to try. Listen, it's all about trying, and I'm a tryhard.
Okay.
Hashtag Twitch on Switch F at the Drip Geeb Podcast, because that is yeah.
Really pushing that Twitch.
Twitter.
Twitter.
On Twitter.
Yeah.
But
pushing it.
I've listened. I'm not saying this to push it. I'm saying it because I want it to happen. I want it to happen.
This is pointless, right?
I've already deleted it. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
That's why I didn't tell you. When I was sitting here messing with it while we were getting ready, and I started laughing, and I was like, I'm not going to tell you till we actually go live.
Yeah.
That's why I was laughing.
Yeah, I'm glad you told me that.
Because when I was sitting there, we were talking about this before. I was like, how do you chat?
Yeah, and I said to you,
I can't figure it out. I'm hitting all these buttons. I can't get it to do anything. And then I backed out, and on the main menu before you go into it, it's like join the conversation. I was like, okay, so they're gonna make you like back out and type and then go back in. I was like, that's still pretty bad. Nah, use your cell phone, just like the Nintendo online app. You can just use your cell phone to talk to people. No need to put it on the Switch.
Hashtag Twitch on Switch F.
Yes, go get on your tablet to watch somebody stream, but you can't talk there. You have to get on your phone to do that.
I mean,
It
a
makes
phone.
no
To be
sense.
fair, a phone.
We don't need to waste time.
It's a
talking about this
communication
anymore.
device. So
That was the whole thing. I just thought that was hilarious when I saw it.
let's talk about something equally as stupid, in my opinion. YouTube hiding dislikes on YouTube.
That is so that's something that's been. It actually happened once. They were experimenting with it.
Yeah.
They just took it. It did. Mine were gone for a while. They only did it to like these people, this people, like random. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mine were gone for a while. Then they came back. They were just testing it out, and they say it's to like protect creators from being targeted and attacked.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle on this. Let me hear your perspective on this.
All right. So I was listening to MKBHD on YouTube. He's my guy. I love that dude. And I usually am. I watch his videos because he's crispy and I love his content. And we think similarly on a lot of things. And I was watching his video, and I'm like, yo, I feel the same way about this. Like, so if YouTube is basically Google, right? I mean, let's be honest here. Even if you go to Google and you're trying to find a video on Google,
yes,
they're still YouTube.
I mean, they're integrated together. They talk to each other. They're the same thing.
Yes,
they're extensions of each other.
Right. YouTube is, in all intents and purposes, YouTube is a search engine. That's what YouTube is.
Yeah,
YouTube
is the second
a search
biggest one
engine
on the planet, actually.
When you go to
next to Google.
When you go to Google, right? As a Google user, that the very first results that you get, that indicates most likely what you need to watch or what you need to search for. And it goes
most of the time,
most of the time, and it gets less and less likely that that's what you want.
Well, there's ads first. The ads are first.
There's ads, yes. Yeah. But as you go down the list on Google, it gets less likely that that's what you're looking for. Most likely, right. And it's not necessarily 100% accurate, but it's like most likely this is what you're looking for. And you keep going on the list, try to find what you're looking for, and you're going to find what you're looking for eventually. But as a Google user, that's how that works. You go to YouTube. Now, YouTube is a search engine, and like we just said. How do you gauge whether or not what you're looking for is what you want to watch? What you're like? If you need to, what's the best video on how to operate a Phillips screwdriver? Well, you go to YouTube. You look at thumbnails. All right. Well, someone knows how to make a thumbnail, but they don't know how to make a video. Someone can make a thumbnail, a really great thumbnail. You can click on that thumbnail. Now you get in there. It's a crappy video. You notice because the video's crap, right?
Yeah.
That's not always the case though. Somebody can make a good thumbnail. And they can make good content, they can make good looking content and good sounding content, but the actual content itself is terrible. They have no idea what to talk about. They're calling a Phillips screwdriver a flathead and vice versa, and it's like, you're completely wrong. This is terrible.
That's a cross screwdriver.
And before you even get that far, you can see right in front of your face, it's got 4 likes and 900 dislikes because it's completely wrong. Okay. Got it. This is not, I can already get the vibe that this is the wrong video. I'm going to go keep looking. It's just a gauge. You can't stop people from using it how they're going to use it. You can't stop that. You can suppress it.
You can.
You
They're
can
doing
suppress
it. Right
it.
now.
That's suppression. That you're not stopping anybody because you're still YouTube comments.
Yeah, you're literally stopping them.
You're suppressing them. There's a difference between stopping something and suppressing something. Okay? You only see the good and you completely ignore the bad. We're not trying to suppress anybody. So like, if they wanted to express themselves, even if they're wrong, it's a good video but you dislike it, listen, then it's just engagement. You tell me as a creator, what are they trying to stop here?
I mean, that's kind of where it's at with
because the dislikes are still there. We want to make that clear. The dislikes are still there. You just can't see them.
You as a creator, you can still see them. You can still see it. So I don't know. Like, I feel like if you're gonna do this, just get rid of them in general. Because if their point is to be like, oh well, we want to protect creators, like, they're still seeing it. Like, just because it's not public, they're still the one that's like, look at all these dislikes. If you're that worried about it, I mean, my God, go look at last week's video. I was like, check out all these dislikes. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Like, I already knew when I put that video out that over half the people were not going to agree with what I was saying. That's fine. I mean. Yeah. There comes a point when it's like, if you put yourself out there, there's a certain point where you have to understand that not everybody's going to agree with you, and they're allowed to dislike. I mean, there's a certain point where it's like, what the hell are you doing out here anyway? Like, why are you, if if you're that concerned with it and it hurts you that bad, like maybe this isn't what you should be doing. There's that. But then again, same conversation on the other shoulder, on the other shoulder, like, well, it's not right for people to attack people like that with dislikes. I mean, but they're there. Like, you're allowed to have an opinion.
Yeah.
And I mean, I put my opinion out on something and a lot of people didn't agree with me. And, I got a lot of dislikes on that video. I got a lot of really nasty comments. I mean, I just chose not to read them. I mean, when it comments, I mean, you can see like the first couple words, you're like, oh, I know where this is going. I'm getting out of here. But I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing. Think about any other social media platform. Any other one. None of them have dislikes.
Because people forget YouTube is a social media platform. It really,
it is.
It is a search engine. It is. We're not going to deny that. But it also, at the same time, it's also a social media platform.
Facebook doesn't have dislikes. Instagram doesn't have dislikes. Twitter doesn't have dislikes.
People have been wanting dislikes on Facebook for years, though.
Yeah, I mean,
they're never going to get it.
You can do a mad face. You can do a mad face now.
Yeah, yeah. I actually didn't even know that because I've been off Facebook for a long time now, happily.
Old man Geeb. I ain't even had a Facebook in 20 years, man.
Yep.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. When are we going to kill this old man Geeb thing? We're just got shoot. Bring it to the back and let's shoot with a shotgun. I hate it. I'm not that curmudgeon-y. I'm not.
It's just because I think that's why it stays around, because you hate it so much.
I really do.
That's exactly why. Okay. I don't know. This is such a weird thing. I don't know. I don't really know where I stand on it. Like, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Like, dislike my video, like my video, leave a mean comment, leave a nice comment.
Yeah.
It's all engagement. I'm good with any of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's engagement. I want to say this about it, too. This is another point that I want to make about it. And honestly, no matter how you feel about it, no matter how you think YouTube, why they're doing this, why YouTube is doing this, I'm pretty sure this is the reason. I think Uncle Geeb has nailed it. Actually, not Uncle Geeb. I think MKBHD talked about this, but I can't remember. I'm going to take it for myself, and we'll find out later if I'm wrong. YouTube,
that's good.
YouTube is YouTube, but YouTube
correct
wants to be Netflix. They want you to go to YouTube for content. We are a content creation platform. We want to be your Netflix. And to be fair, I watch so much more YouTube than any other platform for my content. So
me too.
They're not exactly wrong about that. What they're wrong about is this approach. This is their start. They started with YouTube Originals, which, how are those going? I mean, I get YouTube Originals. I'm a YouTube, I said YouTube Red. That's how old I am. A YouTube Premium member now. I've been a member since YouTube Red.
YouTube Red. Wow.
That's how long I've had YouTube Red or Premium.
Yeah. Premium, that's what it used to be called. I totally forgot about that till you said that.
Yeah. Listen, some of those shows were good. Actually, I was very sad. The one show I was watching, I don't remember the name, got canceled because, YouTube Red sucked.
Canceled!
YouTube Red sucked. But that show was actually really good. It was fully produced.
I've never watched a YouTuber. I can tell you this. I've never watched a YouTube original.
I've watched one YouTube original, and it was good. Like I said, and it got canceled because it should have been on Netflix, not YouTube. That's why it failed, because it should have been on Netflix. And YouTube wants to be Netflix. So in an attempt to try to be Netflix, they're trying to change the platform, look like less like a search engine and more like Netflix.
Okay, you may be right about that. That's not a bad take at all.
All me, not totally my fault.
Because I can agree with you 1,000%. Like I watch probably 85% of my content on YouTube. Like throughout my day, I'm scrolling like as I'm doing things to put something on, even if it's in the background as I'm doing other things. Like constantly. That's what I do. Alex just said that you can dislike on Netflix. Now, I have this question about the dislikes on Netflix. Does that actually affect where those shows or movies or whatever show up when you're searching for something?
I think it shows up for you. I don't think it shows up for anybody else.
Okay, so it's like a personal, so it doesn't affect it like on a wide scale basis.
Yeah.
It affects it for your account
I'm
personally.
Not positive about that, but I'm pretty sure about that. It's based off of you.
Cobra Kai was a YouTube original. I didn't know that. Guess what?
Of course, Adam would say that.
Never seen it.
Adam loves his Cobra Kai.
He does.
Never heard of it.
He's been talking about that. He's literally been talking about that for years.
He has. So yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing that YouTube wants to be more like Netflix. I just think they need to know what they are. They want to be something, but listen, I want to be Tom Cruise, right? But I am not Tom Cruise. Even if I lost a bunch of weight and got in great shape, I'm still not Tom Cruise. YouTube is YouTube. It's not Netflix. It's not even Google. YouTube is its own thing. And the fact that they want to be something else is ridiculous. I think YouTube is beautiful in every way. And obviously there's lots of things wrong, but there's lots of things wrong about it.
Yeah,
listen, you're beautiful. Listen, even Angelina Jolie, speaking of Tom Cruise, has problems, right? Everything has problems, even the beautiful things. That's what makes life beautiful.
I don't know. I mean, I agree with you on most of that stuff. I think you do have to change. Like you have to stay relevant. You have to keep things fresh. You have to make people come back. I mean, look at Animal Crossing, man.
True.
You have to. I mean, let's look at this. You may be. I mean, I guess you were maybe there. MySpace.
I was never on MySpace because
they didn't change. They didn't change. It was the same thing. It was the same thing. Facebook started changing things, doing this, doing that. Everybody moved to Facebook. MySpace died. It wasn't like, oh, I'm on Facebook, but I'm also on Twitter and I'm also on Instagram. It was like, right. MySpace, you're pointless now. You're kind of pointless. And then they tried to rebrand it as just like a music thing.
Yeah.
Which
how'd that work?
That was a decent idea, but it died. It died.
Yeah.
Because they didn't move forward. You're talking about companies who, I mean, Google's, I mean, we'll say what you say about Google, but I mean, when it works, and they know this is working, and whatever decisions they're making to move things forward, they know at this point, like, this is where we need to go. This is where things are going to be headed. This is why, I mean, they've got reasons. I don't know. We're kind of off track. The dislike thing, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of indifferent about it. I don't care. I will say this. It used to bother me a lot. Mean comments, dislikes, that used to really get to me. I couldn't care less at this point. But when I first started, like those first couple mean comments you get, or that first video that has, more dislikes than likes, rare. But I mean, it's happened. Like, whoa, that's crazy.
You were the person who actually taught me that YouTube dislikes don't do anything negative for a channel as far as analytically. So when I found that out, my kind of stance on dislikes changed a lot in that moment. Changed to, oh, well, in that case, of course, it can affect the creator negatively with perception. People click on the video and they go, wow, there's lots of dislikes here. Just because if they have a high dislike video, the only thing that's going to do is make you want to click on that video and watch. Because I know they don't suck. If they sucked, they wouldn't have 30K and they wouldn't be posting every week. You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, I guess.
I'm talking about you. Those videos make me want to watch them more. Because I want to see if it's a train wreck, I want to see it. And if it's not a train wreck, I want to see why they disliked it. That's the consumer in me talking. Now, the creator in me talking, I'm like you. Now, I don't post a lot of YouTube videos, but I don't really care. Go ahead and dislike the video. I think as a beginner creator, that would hurt me. But that's because I'm a perfectionist and I try to make a good product. And if I was wrong on something, or if I mess something up, and they disliked it, I feel bad about it. But if someone at your place, has found success and is in the routine, it wouldn't bother me in your shoes. And I kind of feel the same way you do about that.
You know what not thinking about it and just hearing you say that, it wasn't even like, because I've never really had I've had a lot of videos that have had lots of dislikes, but that didn't even really, like, the dislikes weren't what bothered me. It was the really mean comments, like those at first. That's what got to me. That is what I would let, like, ruin my day in the beginning.
Yeah.
It wasn't the likes, it wasn't the dislikes. I didn't even really pay attention to it that much now that I'm thinking about it. But they're not doing anything about that. Like, if you're trying to protect creators from being harassed, that's where the harassment comes from, not a dislike.
I agree. That makes it toxic. And if I go into a YouTube comment section that is real toxic, I'm out of here. Like, and that means the creator's not getting any positive engagement from me, because if I had something positive to say, because I'm in there and I'm like, this is not a place I want to be, I'm out of here. That's where it's going to affect your creator. A dislike's going to make me want to watch the video more in terms of if I'm watching content, if I'm watching how to open a can with a can opener and there's a bunch of dislikes, that's how it's going to negatively affect them. But there's probably a reason why that can opener video has 99 million dislikes, probably because it sucks. And that's
like
people should
a can
know
with a fork or something.
Exactly, people should know that's where dislikes come into play positively. That we should. I know it sucks for the creator, but listen, make better content.
There you go. I guess I'm now. I guess I am RGT85. Joe thinks that I literally am RGT85.
Listen,
I don't know why.
RGT85. I've been watching his stuff almost regularly these days. I'm loving what he's doing with this channel now. And you know what? You know what the biggest thing is? He got rid of that dumb green screen. I hate green screens. Makes you look green. You have a green tinge to you. I'm so glad that he got rid of that.
Done wrong. Yes, that's exactly what you look like.
It makes
you have to have it far away from you.
It makes him look like now, like what his videos look like now. It makes him look like an actual content creator and not just like some nerd who's trying to hide his background because he's got potato chip bags behind him.
I like him.
I judged a book by his cover, and now I'm actually reading the book, and I feel bad about judging the book. Hey, RGT, if you want to hit us up on Twitter, the Drip Geeb Podcast on Twitter. That time was that was me pushing the Twitter. I'm not gonna lie.
I got you.
Okay, moving on to our final topic of the night. This Nintendo list. Actually, I had to pull it up on my phone then. So Nintendo, an hour before the podcast, Nintendo just drops
it was
its
about
tweet.
an hour. Yeah, I was coming back from the store and it popped up and I was like, oh, cool, something to talk about.
Yeah, me too. I actually yelled in thin air. I'm like, yo, thank you for saving us, Nintendo. Like, it's just kind of like, hey guys, this is what we have coming really soon here. Don't forget about us.
Yeah, they got a big list of stuff out now. I mean, the newest obviously being the GTA trilogy.
Yep.
World War Z, Hyrule Warriors expansion, Just Dance 2022, all the stuff up here. Yeah, we know about all this.
Yeah, yep.
We've had a pretty good year. Honestly, we've had a pretty good year. Just looking at this stuff, what's coming.
Metroid, Mario Golf, Zelda, I'm saying Wind Waker. What the hell is this game? Skyward Sword HD. Lots of good games this year, guys.
Yeah, I mean, yes, lots of good stuff. When you look back at this now, you're like, damn, yeah. Lots of good stuff. Lots of great stuff. At first, when I saw this, I was like, uh-oh, big problem. Looking at the 2022 stuff, I was like,
yes.
There's no Zelda. Oh, no.
I'll do my best to show this on the podcast. Guys, take a look at the bottom. Yeah,
it's
here.
there.
Does anyone even see Breath of the Wild on this list?
It's there.
Like, do you even... I know it's blurry, but trust me, it's there. Can you even say...
It's the 11-word title.
Yeah.
The sequel to The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it's way at the bottom there.
Not going to be the title. Not going to be the title.
But they didn't put any logo of any sort. Because there's also below that, in the orange box there's more like text, like kind of like subtext. I thought that the yellow text above was just more subtext that leaked its way in.
Yeah, I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
It's interesting that I mean, they could have just put like a Zelda logo. I don't know.
Yeah, Zelda logo?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it makes
sense. The Breath of the Wild logo?
They don't want to reveal anything about it at all. But I mean...
Yeah, there's 10 things they could have done before that.
Okay, of these games right here, let's go with this. Of these games right here, you can't count Breath of the Wild 2 because obviously that's the one we're the most excited about. Yes. Clearly. Of the rest of them, which one are you picking up? Which one are you more excited about?
For the audio, let's go ahead and read them. So we got Pokemon Legends... This is all 2022. Pokemon Legends Arceus, Advanced Wars 1+2. So there's two games coming out. I think there are 2 remakes and one. Coming out. That actually got pushed, if I'm not mistaken, to 2022.
It did. Correct.
Splatoon 3, or Mario Rabbids, The Spark of Hope, Bayonetta 3, Triangle Strategy. Yeah, that's the one, man, right there.
Dude, a lot of people are really excited. I'm not, but a lot of people are very excited about it. Just those just aren't my kind of games.
Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, that is DLC. Mm-hmm. Dying Light 2, Staying Human. That sounds like a horror game. That might be fun. Breath of the Wild 2, obviously. And the last one I save for last, the one that I am most excited for in this list, besides Breath of the Wild 2, is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. New, appears to be open world game coming for a Kirby open world game coming to Nintendo.
I mean, I don't know. They say it may not be fully open world. We may be looking at something a little bit different.
If it's like Odyssey, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I'm guessing. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see with that. That one, I'm pretty excited about. I can't lie. I haven't been excited about a Kirby game in a long time. So, yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the one I'm the most excited about.
Of the list of all the other games, for me, that's the one.
It's a toss-up for me.
Which two?
See, I would say Legends Arceus I'm pretty excited for, but...
I agree.
Big Oof keeps telling me that this isn't going to be the one. This will be cool, but it ain't the one. This isn't it. This isn't like the Pokemon game to change the world. I'm worried about it. Like, I want it to be good. Everything worried. I've seen about it, I'm like, I think this looks great. But when Pokemon guy tells me I don't know about this Pokemon game, I start to say, well, I don't know about this Pokemon game. Then like, I don't know. There's 2. The Monster Hunter DLC I'm actually super excited about. I stopped playing the game, not because I don't I'm not interested. It's just like I just want a little bit more. And that didn't really show us anything, but I'm interested in a reason to get back into the game and continuing that. I know you didn't even play it, did you?
Monster Hunter? No.
God, you missed out. It was so good.
I played the demo,
Oh, it was so
and
good.
I could tell right from the demo it's not my kind of game, and I didn't.
Fair
There's going to
enough,
be a day
fair
where I
enough.
buy it when it goes on sale, maybe even this Black Friday for $30 or $40. I might pick it up.
Oh yeah, I bet it
but
will.
I'm not gonna play it that much. I'm really not, and it's not because
I
it's a
think
bad.
you
It's
will.
not because it's a bad game, man. It's just like Metroid. What's the game called? Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread.
Here's what I think. I think if you actually give it a chance, and you can, because I know how you are with some of this stuff, if you can get the combat, you're gonna love it. If you can actually get the combat, understand it, learn exactly how it all works, and do it well, I think you'll love it. Because I'll tell you this, I played the demo. I played the demo of this game, and I was like, yo, this is fucking hard. This is really hard. But then you get into the game, and the game is not even nearly as hard as the demo was. The demo was insane. It was so hard.
Yeah.
I thought that was really weird, but I'm pumped about that. Dude, Bayonetta 3, man. I'm sorry. That's the one I'm like, gosh, I can't wait for Bayonetta 3.
I have no expectations for that game. I don't even know I don't know anything about Bayonetta. And
Because you haven't played a lot of games from Platinum. You didn't play what was the other one that came out on the Switch?
Yeah.
I mean, the other two Bayonetta games are on the Switch, which I don't know. You may not like them. I don't know. It's
MC with one
off
T.
the wall,
I agree.
off the wall, hack and slash. It's good. It's fun. It's fun. Astral Chain. That's what I'm thinking of. You didn't play Astral Chain.
No.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
I believe you. I don't think that's my kind of game. I just don't think so.
It may not be, but that, I mean, of the ones of 2022 that we're looking at right now.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Okay. New question.
Answer. Daily Double.
I was gonna make the noise. I forgot what.
I'll say it with my radio voice.
Of the games that are not here, the stuff we don't know about.
Yeah.
You got any guesses? Anything we might be seeing next year that's not on this list? That would be a surprise.
You know where my mind goes, because it's
Mario Kart 9.
No. Where my mind, because
that's where mine goes.
I'm Geeb the analyst. I'm not really analyzing next year what we could get. That's not for me to do. That's for you to do on your YouTube account. What I want, because I am more of a consumer than I am a content creator, is another Zelda game. I need the Zelda, man. I'm mentioning over here, dude. I need the Wind. I need Wind Waker. Do you know how often I'm looking on eBay for Wii U's so I could play Wind Waker? Just Wind Waker.
Wind Waker.
I want to play Wind Waker.
I mean, I think I wouldn't look too hard, man.
I want Wind Waker.
I'm telling you, I
watched you play it. I know I'm like it.
Yeah, it's great. Wind Waker's great. Twilight Princess is better, but Wind Waker's amazing.
Well, Twilight Princess costs like $80 for the Wii U, and I'm never buying that ever.
Does it?
Yeah. All like aftermarket. People are trying to sell for $80 for the Wii U.
I have a copy here. If you get a Wii U, I will send you my copy to play, but you will send it back.
I don't know about that. I'll drive it back to your house.
I will be driving to get it.
Oh, well then I'm gonna keep it for me. So you have to come over here.
So I'm turning right around. I'm gonna give you the middle finger, take my game, and leave. Actually, no. I'll actually be asking for gas money before I leave.
Yeah, right.
But
yeah, it's only 9 hours. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I think those two games are coming next year, man. But I don't know. Maybe not, because we had this investors meeting, right? And there's all these videos with these quotes from everybody saying this and that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff that that was being said. One of the things, like, we've already heard Nintendo say this several times about being halfway through the Switch's life cycle, but they just said it again. So what are we talking here? Are we talking 10 years of the Switch? I mean, obviously it's not going to be this Switch. We'll keep moving.
Right.
But I mean, is that what we're talking about? So who knows? Maybe those games are years out still. Like when we heard them say that the first time, when we heard them say we're halfway through, that was like, they said that last year. We're a year later and we're still halfway through. I mean, like, that's a long time. So maybe they aren't. Because I was thinking, then I'm like, okay, we got a couple more years.
Yeah.
They'll be out.
Yeah.
They're not going to come out right at the tail end. They won't come out way at the tail end. They'll come out with a year or so left. So, next year, maybe late next. I don't know now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I need to respect the consistency, because if there's one thing you guys know about me, it's that I like to be consistent with what I have to say. Even if I'm wrong,
Not me.
I'm going to die on that hill of being wrong. We're still going to get a Zelda Direct in September.
Oh, my God.
It's still happening.
I
It's
quit.
2022.
I quit this podcast.
I respect the consistency of Caffeinated Diabetic. Switch Pro releasing February 22nd, 22. I respect
He was
that.
talking about that on his stream the other night. He streamed for 17 hours the other day.
Dude, I've been lurking his streams every now and again. The dude he literally doesn't stop streaming. He leaves his house with the stream going. Like, he just doesn't stop. But I respect it. And I respect that date. You're hanging true to it. You know what? I'm going to hot take. It's happening.
Oh, here we go.
It's happening. Switch Pro happening in February. I don't think I'm right, but it's happening.
Whoa, February?
Look, 2 is February. The month 2 is February. February 22nd, 2022. He keeps saying it. He's willing it into existence. That's what he's doing.
Absolutely not. It's way too early.
Listen, I'm joining the caffeinated.
Now, I would not be
Diabetic
surprised if we saw that holiday 2022. I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be either.
I would not be surprised in the slightest. But, I mean, I think we're due for something Mario, man.
I think you're right, yeah.
We're due. Like,
there's going to be something.
They've talked about, okay, think about it. We got Zelda and Mario the same year. Now, they were opposite ends of the year, but we got them both in 2017. We already know about the new Zelda.
Right.
They've been talking about it for what, 2 years now?
3 years, man.
What?
It'll be 3. By the time the game comes out, it'll be 3 years. Because it was late 2019. Mid or late 2019.
Nothing on a new Mario. Not a thing.
We'll get a new Mario next year. I mean,
that's...
We're getting Mario
That's
Rabbids.
very
Don't forget about that.
feasible.
I mean, it's not new Mario.
That's
but I mean,
not... You know what I mean.
I know
That's
what you
not-
mean, but we are
I'm talking
getting...
about a mainline Mario game. And I'm not
Yes.
talking about a 2D Mario. I'm talking about a full-on new 3D Mario.
Yeah.
But we did get a taste of what something like that could look like.
We did.
I would love to see a Mario game that was just that.
I would
Like
agree.
that whole open, like I want that whole thing, that open world Mario thing, just make it 10 times bigger.
You know, it's not out of the question. Not that this would happen next year, and not for any reason either, but why not just give us some paid DLC for that and expand it?
I feel like we're too far out at this point.
I'm just saying, like, why not? Why not? Why not is all I'm saying.
Oh, wait, you mean paid DLC
Bowser's
for
Fury.
Bowser's Fury? Ooh.
Add on to the game.
That'd
It was
be
only
weird,
it's a 5-hour
right?
game.
That'd be really weird.
It would be weird, but Nintendo does weird stuff all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you can't put it past them to do something weird because they definitely do weird stuff.
They do.
That would be weird, though. You get DLC, not for the game. You get it for the add-on that was added to the game.
Yep.
You're getting DLC for the DLC.
Yes. Well, it's not. That wasn't DLC. That
I
was
know, it's not
tacked on,
DLC, but
yeah,
you know
see
what I mean.
Yeah.
Extra content for the extra content.
That's right. And next year might be Donkey. I have a thought. What if we get not a remake, but another game that features Donkey Kong and Mario, but like
the
it
original.
brings it back to the roots of the game, but in modern times, and that's the game.
I don't know.
I'm
you could probably do something cool with that. I don't know if that's in the works. I don't know if that's something that they've really been pushing, but I mean, I can see where the idea would be cool if you made it like, I don't know, you could make it more of a 3D thing, not like a side-scrolling.
Yeah, no, 3D. I'm talking 3D. Think about like Crash Bandicoot style.
Oh, here's something funny. You know, I listen to music while we do the podcast.
Actually, honestly, I don't think I knew that until today. I really don't.
I'm listening to music right now.
Okay.
The song that you use for the intro of our podcast just turned.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's what's
Does that
happening
mean we
right
should?
now.
I think we should end it then.
No, yeah, I mean we're close. We're close.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think, God, dude. Everybody keeps saying they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. Dude, Mario Kart 9.
Let me tell you something.
So you're telling me?
Let me tell you something.
I don't know.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
let
want to
you-
hear
I'm
this
gonna let
stupid.
you.
Don't,
No.
okay.
No, you're wrong.
Before you go, before you go,
you don't know what I'm going to say.
don't give
You
me
don't
the
know
same
what I'm
tired
going
argument
to say. You have
Okay,
no idea.
That's fine. But let me tell you what not to give me, because I don't want to hear it anymore. If one more person tells me Mario Kart 8 is selling too well, they're not going to put out 9, I am going to flip shit. That doesn't matter. Companies still make new shit. Just because, I mean, you know what? The 2019 Chevy Silverado sold pretty well. Guess what? They still made another one in 2020. I mean, come on. That argument is absolute garbage. So if you're not going to give me that, I'm here to listen.
That's another interesting. I do want to talk about that with you off stream. Why car dealerships release new models every year? I want to talk about that. But on this issue, before you blew up, I was just gonna say that if a new Mario Kart style game even comes out in 2022, if it even happens, it will not be called Mario Kart 9. They're done with Mario Kart. This is Peyton Manning winning the Super Bowl and leave. Did that actually happen? Did he win the Super Bowl and retire? I think that happened, right? I don't care. Yeah, name your quarterback, winning on top, and leaving. What Brady should have done, like a long time ago. That's what Mario
just
Kart.
A false statement, right?
That's what Mario Kart 8 is. Okay,
He just won one last year.
He lost to Nick Foles and Eli Manning. That's what Eli Manning twice.
Ouch. Okay, really quick before we keep going this, I want to hear this because I know where you're going. You're going Nintendo Kart, but
no,
I'm not. Have you seen the Eli Manning Frank's Red Hot commercials?
No.
Oh my God, they're so good. They are hilarious. He's talking about now that I'm retired, I'm doing a bunch of new stuff, and he's out like in a garden, tending to flowers, but he's pouring like Frank's Red Hot on them.
Oh.
But he literally pours it on everything through the whole thing, and at the end it says, "I put this on everything."
Guess what product I can't use anymore because Eli Manning touched it.
Dude, Frank's Red. I put that shit on everything.
I do too, and now I'm not. I'm going back to. I used to be a Tabasco boy, and I moved in with Abby, and her family likes Red Hot, not Tabasco. I'm not comparing the two. I'm not gonna say which one's better or not.
They're different. They're quite different.
They're quite different. They're quite different. But Tabasco. But I used to put Tabasco on everything. But now I put Red Hot on everything. I think I might go back to Tabasco now because Eli Manning is a dirty little giant, and he's a baby, and he sucks.
Okay. Anyway, back to Nintendo Kart.
Do we even need to?
I mean, that's where they're going with it, right? Like, we know it's not just going to be another. We can see with the DLC that they did. With Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah.
Adding in Isabelle, the Splatoon people. I mean,
that's another.
They're opening it up.
That is another podcast.
Yeah, it is,
because there's a lot to dig in there, and I think we're at our limit here.
I want to be Ganondorf in a Mario Kart game.
I would too. I don't know if it's gonna be Nintendo cast. Ridley. You can already argue that it is already Nintendo Kart, and that's my point, is that it's not gonna be Mario Kart 9. They're done with Mario Kart. It's gonna visually be a little different, not because it needs to be, but because it's going to be. It's going to be visually a little different. It's gonna function a little bit differently. My phone just died. That's a problem. It's gonna be ever so different. The next game is gonna be different in little ways, not because it needs to be, but because it's going to be. Because they're evolving now. They're moving on. Just like they're gonna move on with Smash.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see where they go with that. The next Smash. I mean, it's gonna be a while, but I think the next Mario Kart's gonna be wildly different than the one we have now. I think it will be gameplay wise. I think it's going to be completely different. I mean, think about like some of the Double Dash is like the game that I always think of. Like that was changing it up. The format was completely changed there. You got two people on a cart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to go full on Double Dash with it, like Double Dash 2. That would be cool. I'd be down. But I feel like they could take this whole thing and make it into like we saw with Smash.
Yeah.
Smash Ultimate. This could be that ultimate Mario Kart where everybody's here. There's 100, not 100, but a bunch of different game modes. You know, you always have the battle. You always have the time trials. You always have the online racing. What if there was just, instead of being a Double Dash game, what if there was just a Double Dash mode and you didn't have to have two people paired up? You can pick this person who has these skills and this person who has these skills. Yep. Put them together. You can make different combinations. Like, wouldn't that be fun? It'd be a lot of fun.
It would be fun.
And I'm sure there's other modes that they could throw in there, but I mean, this could be what Smash Ultimate is to the Mario Kart world. That's where I would like to see something like that go. You know, next year's probably not going to happen. I'd like to see it happen next year. I'm just ready for new Mario Kart.
On a week
I'm getting too good at this one. I'm getting way too good at this one.
Sure you are. On a week that we're really slow, we will talk about that. The Mario Kart debacle and debate, which we always have.
Let's just wait till some stupid rumor comes back up, and then we'll get back on it.
So my phone dying isn't a big deal at all. I don't ever use a script. I'm really good.
You're fine, dude. Let's get this outro going.
I've always been complimented on my radio voice, and I'm also a radio boy. Like I can do this without nothing. Like I'm gonna stare right in that camera and give this outro. And I can't wait for it. And I've practiced the outro way more than the intro because of course you always practice an outro before an intro. I don't have the intro down pat. It's the outro I got down perfectly. I also didn't change the outro today, because I wanted to update wording a little bit.
I feel like you're stalling.
I didn't change the wording of the outro either. It's totally the same as it's always been, not a little different because
by the way,
I wanted to update
chat, don't go anywhere.
This is going to be must-see TV right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're outroing the podcast.
I'll give you a letter grade afterwards.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's going to wrap today's podcast. Don't forget to follow the Drip and Geeb Twitter to stay up to date with when we release episodes. And make sure to tune in every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the live recording of this podcast. Episodes will release on audio platforms following the stream. You can find both Drip and Geeb live on Twitch throughout the week. Make sure to hang out with us over there. Twitch.tv/dripmedia and Twitch.tv/Uncle Geeb. Patrons of both Drip and Geeb, thank you so much for your support. We cannot bring these podcast episodes to you every week without our patron support. And thank you, listeners of the Drip Geeb Podcast. We will see you guys next week. This was totally not recorded in post. This podcast was edited and uploaded by Uncle Geeb Productions.